So I would like to welcome everyone to the Class of 2020 graduation ceremony. It has been a journey to say the least. We were glad to have you joining us today, whether that's in person, whether it's through Aggie Vision, or even those joining us on YouTube Live today. I know at times the school year can be described as a marathon. The beginning of the year, usually everyone's excited about activities, homecoming, etc. There's just a lot of energy and optimism in the building. I was reminded recently that the hardest part of the marathon, or when most people will quit, is around mile 21 or 22. If you look at a school year, that's about the beginning of April. Well, I think if we look back about the beginning of April, we realize what kind of challenge we had in front of us. However, what I'm most proud about with the group in front of you today is no matter how challenging the race or that marathon became, we started with 29 seniors, and we're going to cross the finish line today with 29 seniors. And I'm really proud of this group for sticking to it. I know that wasn't the same case everywhere across the state, and so I'm really proud of this group here. It wasn't always pretty, but we're pretty glad we're all here. So today, as we finish up the last 0.2 miles, we want to thank you for joining us to cheer them on and celebrate them to the end of this amazing race. This time we'll have our musical ensemble.
afternoon. You notice they didn't even trust me to wheel this thing over here. They had to bring somebody in special to do that. I guess that tells you where I am in this situation. But thanks everyone for coming. At this time, it is my privilege to introduce this year's honor students. I would ask that they stand and be recognized at this time. The following students have received the distinction of graduating with academic honors. They have maintained a cumulative grade point average of 3.3 to 3.599 during their 4 years at Park River Area High School. Josie Brodina. Chantel Carlson. Ethan Chalich. Jace Fontaine. Shane Gorder. Jaden Hovey. Alex Midgarden. Kyla Spoonland. These are your students with academic honors. Congratulations. The following students have received the distinction of graduating with academic high honors. They have maintained a GPA of 3.6 to 3.899 during their 4 years at Park River Area High School. Please stand when I call your name. Samantha Bacon. Lily Bina. Gigi Brouillard. Destiny Hahn. Brooke Sherrick. Julia Sven. These are your students with academic high honors. Congratulations. The following students have received the distinction of graduating with academic highest honors. They have maintained a GPA of 3.9 or higher during their 4 years at Park River Area High School. Cheyenne Gillespie. Sydney Porter. Karina Whaley. These are your academic highest honors. Congratulations. At this time, I usually like to acknowledge any staff members who are retiring, and we have one teacher who is retiring this year, and that is Barb Forsgren. She's just completed a 34-year career in education, and I believe, well, I know the last 7 has been in Park River, but I believe 33 of those years were either in Park River or Adams, so she's got ties to a lot of people here. She's a great teacher. We're going to miss her. As I told the staff, she has touched the lives of hundreds and hundreds of kids, and we wish her well in her retirement. And usually I ask them to stand, but so if you're at home, Barb, stand up and wave to everybody. But we want to thank Barb. Yes, go ahead, give her a round of applause. I also want to acknowledge a few other people, if I could. This whole graduation was interesting, to say the least, but it took the work of a lot of people to really make this happen. I want to thank Keith Berg and his staff. The custodians came in on their day off and set up once we made the decision to go inside. And you know, it's kind of like calling a storm gate. You just hope you're half right. And you know, I'm still pretty sure it's going to rain at some point in time today, so I feel okay about that. But thank you to the custodians. I want to thank Janet Goodmanson and Danny Hansen for doing all the work with broadcasting Jana had a little panic moment about 10 minutes before we started, but she figured it out because she's really smart. And so thank you. I hope this is reaching a lot of people. I want to thank Mr. Schramm and Mrs. Hurt. There were so many wild cards in this whole graduation ceremony, and we were really not getting much guidance from the governor's office or from DPI, and so there was a lot of I don't knows. But I think the goal that we all had coming into this is we wanted to try to provide as close to a traditional graduation as we could to these students of 2020. And I think they did a pretty darn good job of that. So I want to thank them personally because I know it's been a lot of stress and a lot of uncertainty, but they pulled it off and they pulled it together. So let's please give them a round of applause. I also want to thank the parents of the class of 2020. You know, we had some meetings over Zoom, and again, a lot of uncertainty. We got some good feedback from parents. But I had a few reach out to me and say, you know, we know this is going to be a tough deal. We'll support however you're going to do it. Boy, that meant a lot to both myself and Mrs. Hurt and Mr. Schramm. So thank you for trusting us. I think that was really something that we needed to hear because there's no playbook for this. We were just trying to do the best we could. So thank you, parents. And finally, thank you, class of 2020. Wow, what a crappy way to end your senior year. The last 2 months has been unlike, I just finished my 31st year as an administrator, and I've been to a lot of graduations. I've never been through anything like this, just like the rest of you. So I feel bad for all the things that you missed. But as I look back, I hope that we prepared you for that next step in life. I want to thank you for all your contributions to Park River area, and I want to wish you the best of luck. Thank you.
If you had told me 3 months ago that this is what my high school graduation would look like, I wouldn't have believed you. That there just wouldn't be music contests, spring sports, and all the perks that come with actually making it to the end of your senior year. But it happened, and these things just ceased to exist. Life was so normal before. And normal for the middle of March on a Sunday afternoon just so happened to find me stuck in the middle of the field just after it had snowed all afternoon. As I waited to get pulled out, I got the call from my mom, school was canceled for the rest of the week. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a pretty convenient week to have off because I had a test that Thursday that I was dreading to take. When I got home, my mom told me that she didn't think school would be back in session, and I didn't believe her because, well, I know everything. But little did I know moms actually do know everything, and, well, we all know what happened next. At first, I was kind of excited. I didn't have to see Austin Cradaville and Seth Nelson every day, so that was an upside. But I didn't realize how soon I was going to miss seeing Mr. Erie smiling down the hall, and Mrs. Hurt chasing kids down, Mr. Hollingsworth and Mr. Gall saying good morning to every single kid walking down the hall.
Life was so normal and absolutely crazy. I was trying not to fail that week's math quiz while trying to catch up on a week's worth of missing homework. I was praying school would close down just so I would be off the hook. Teaching math to myself couldn't possibly be that hard. Friday rolled around and I was so ready for the weekend. I'd never watched the news so much in my life. There was no way this could possibly happen, I thought, as I watched the constant updates roll across the television screen. I thought as I watched the passing hour, like the coronavirus was becoming more and more real. This wasn't some just stupid, annoying meme. When we got the call school was closed for a week, it felt like another Christmas break. I never once thought it would turn into the rest of my senior year. Sure, the first week was fun. I did my homework, kind of. I slept in instead of getting up for zero period, but it was weird not seeing my friends. I missed them, so I stayed at a friend's house that Wednesday. But I never thought that would be the last time I would get to see a friend for a long time. That Christmas break turned into weeks, which turned into months, which turned into the rest of our senior year.
After a few days of online schooling, I started to realize that being in school was not as bad as it seemed. I could pick on Lily anytime I wanted to. I could listen to Matthew's pickup lines. I could help make Lori's study hall just a little more interesting. I could listen to Karina, Julia, and Josie stress out about a test or an assignment every day. And I could hear Kaiser sing down the hallway like no one was listening. With online school, there was none of that. Thank God I still had the pleasure of tormenting Kaylee. Not seeing our classmates was tough, but not having the camaraderie that we had was tougher.
I've learned a lot of things in the last year. I learned the importance of friendship. I learned that it's okay to move on and that some things just aren't meant to be. I learned that there's also a plan, even when I'm not sure on the why part. Before school closed, I was scared of my future. I was unsure and too afraid to talk about it, maybe still holding on to the comforts of my class. When we had each other, there was no reason to go at it alone yet. This time alone made me face those fears. I realized what was important to me, and I hope all of you experienced something similar. It's tough not to feel resentful. We should have had these months. The time of the year when the school seems to come back to life after a long winter. We deserve this time. We should have been allowed the excitement, the rush of the springtime busyness, our spring sports, small groups, working at the Dairy Queen. We should have had these important memories. We should have gotten that last dance at prom. We should have been planning for our skiing trip. We should have been cramming for finals together in the senior hallway. We should have had more time together. Now, we can continue to look at everything else we missed out on, or we could look at it from a different perspective.
In 20 years, most of us will have kids, and this will most likely be in the history books, if the school ever buys new ones, that is. Our kids will read about it and ask us what was it like, and boy, will we have a story to tell them.
It is all in the way we choose to look at it. Sure, we missed out on some pretty special moments, but dwelling on it and feeling bad for ourselves isn't the answer. So let's try and keep things in perspective. Let's be smart. We're all in this together. Let's help each other out, and we'll get through all of it.
We can't always get what we want. Life just doesn't happen like that. Sometimes it turns your whole world upside down. I know we all want closure, we want those final moments, but it just isn't in our control. What we can control, though, is how we deal with it. We need to see the glass half full, not half empty.
We have our whole lives ahead of us, and I know that each and every student here are going to accomplish amazing things. In order to do that, we need to get up, dust ourselves off, and get stronger from those bad experiences. In the end, positive things happen to positive people. Take your life day by day, and know that in the end, it will all be okay.
This is the first chapter in our lives coming to an end. The next chapter is a mystery so far, but it will come, and it'll be the best chapter of our lives, as long as we make it so. COVID-19 can't stop the class of 2020. Prince has a quote that goes, "Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. Life means forever, and that's a mighty long time. But I'm here to tell you that there's something else. And if you don't like the world you're living in, take a look around you. At least you've got your friends. Well, as long as we have each other, we can overcome anything. So let's go crazy, class of 2020.
and start. 15, I'm alright with you. 15, there's never a way better than this. When you only got 100 years to live. Hey buddies that I grew up with, all straight-laced and married up now. You ain't fooling me, wasn't long ago. We tore the roof off that one red light town. And hey darling, sipping that red wine, all classic kick back on the couch. You smiling, I see it, shooting tequila, shutting down college bars down. And no matter how much time goes by, and no matter how much you grow up, from words on forbidden, from now till forever, I'll always remember you. Hey baby, crawling on the carpet, no you won't be that little for long. One day you'll go away, but you're still gonna stay this innocent after you're gone. 'Cause no matter how much time goes by, and no matter how much you grow up, from words on forbidden, from now till forever, I'll always remember you. Yeah, I hope when we get to heaven, He looks at us all like we're kids, shameless and painless and perfect teenagers. Forgive us all the wrong we did. And no matter how much time goes by, I hope we never have to grow up. We'll save the world so forbidden, from now till forever, I'll always remember you. Always remember you. I hope the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you wanna go. And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, hope you choose the one that means the most to you. Hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And if it's cold outside, show the world the warmth of your smile. But more than anything, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones that we like. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories, and the memories bring back memories.
I just want to give a few thank yous as well. I know Mr. Ham recognized a number of individuals, but I just wanted to express my thanks to a number of people to start with. First, I guess to our parents and family that are here today. These 29 kids would not be here without you, without your guidance, direction to get them to this point, encouragement. We wouldn't be here today with these kids, so thank you very much. I want to extend a big thank you to our staff, our teaching staff. They're obviously instrumental in preparing our kids for the future that awaits them. But I will say I have a whole newfound appreciation for what they do. After the last couple months of on the fly doing something completely different than what they've done before, I was extremely proud of them in helping our kids get to where they are today. Also want to thank Jennifer Johnson, who does a lot of the behind the scenes work, from the programs you have in front of you, some of the promotional things. She's also there to always remind me, don't forget to do this. And so if I forgot something, it's because she didn't remind me. So, also a big thank you to Keith Berg and his staff. I know Mr. Ham mentioned it, but they came in on a day off to help get this gym set up, and so I really appreciate their willingness to do that, prepare for today. Danny Hansen and Janet Goodmanson, obviously any technology thing going on today, they've had a huge hand in that, from the slideshow to the broadcast to everything in between. So just a huge thank you to them. To Mr. Erie, the musical number, I don't know if anybody had more stress going into today than he did, having had basically one practice to try and pull off something in public. To his credit and the credit to the kids, they did a great job with that. So thank you, Mr. Erie, for that. And finally, I want to thank Mrs. Hurt. Give me a second. She obviously had an enormous part of what you see here today. Going way back into August, getting these kids ready for making decisions, preparing them, etc. And I just want to wish her a huge well wishes as she heads off to her next step in her educational career, as she gets to dabble a little bit in administration. But I think the thing that I really want to say thank you to, and I think a lot of people will echo this as well, she's touched a lot of lives for a lot of kids here at Park River, and just want to say thank you for that, and you will be missed, and we will definitely be looking for you around whenever we get a chance to, so thank you, Mrs. Hart. Presentation of diplomas, obviously different than we've ever done it before, so we'll see how this goes. Just a couple quick reminders. Following the ceremony, we are going to try to have a quick parade downtown with our graduates to be recognized, so the community has a chance to recognize them as well. So again, as we're finished here, if you can exit the way you entered, and we'll try and get that going. We'll start kind of by the Midgard Arena. The way that we will attempt to do this, I have some X's on the floor over on this side of the gym for parents, so we can separate there a little bit. We have X's on this side over here for the student. And so once the student comes across, the parent, if you can please take that diploma outside of from the envelope at this time. You'll present that to your child. We'll get the picture, and then you guys can exit this direction, and then we'll try and do 5 at a time, and then we'll start the next group. And so just try and follow that. All right, the following students have met the requirements set forth by the state of North Dakota and the Park River Area District Board of Education. So my first row can go ahead, those first 5 can stand, come on up. And if their parents can join them over on this side. I'll do my little Wizard of Oz things and be the person behind the curtain that no one's supposed to pay attention to, so. Samantha Jo David.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go.
Lily Ray Ina.
Stop this test and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Josephine Rose Rolina.
Still friends in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Jillian Grace Brulard.
It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Chantel Hiroko Carlson.
It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. Hope when you take that
Ethan
jump,
Edward Challenge.
you fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, screaming your name.
Morgan Ham Challenge.
Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. Hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. Only way you can know, give it all you had. And I hope
Jace Michael Fontaine.
Hope when the moment comes, you'll say, I did it all. I did it all. On every second,
James Douglas Gordon.
I swear I live. Hope that you spend your days, but they all add up. And when the sun goes down, hope you raise your cup. Oh, I wish that I could witness all you done and all your pain.
Destiny Elizabeth Hahn. James Hunter Foley. Isa Marie Cadlick. Austin Michael Cradaville. Charles Jacob Nelson. Seth John Nelson.
Matthew Novak. Sydney Paige Porter.
May you never take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still go small and you stand beside the ocean.
Annette Rachel Ramirez.
Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never fear those mountains in the distance.
Hayden Lee Symes.
Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, but it's worth making. Don't let some heaven heart leave you bitter. You can pass the sunlight.
Haley Renee Symes.
Give the heavens above more than just a passing glance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you
Brooke Jordan Sherrick.
hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll get every fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it
Tyler
out
Murray
or
Schumann.
dance, I hope you dance. I hope you
Julia Lorraine Smith. Karina Diane Whaley. Haley Rose Woods.
light that glows by the front door. Don't forget the keys under the mat. Childhood stars shine, always stay home. Go to church 'cause your mama's a sister. Visit grandpa every chance that you can. Won't be wasted time, always stay humble and kind. Hold the door, say please, say thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, don't lie. I know you.
It is with great pleasure that I present to you the Park River Area High School Class of 2020.